So, good morning, and thank you for joining the Read Woke Book Club interest meeting. My name is Miss Muhammad, and I am your new school library media specialist at Towers. I was a classroom teacher for 8 years before I made the transition to a school library media specialist. Towers is my first school in this position, and I am super excited to be here. It is my goal to encourage reading for enjoyment and to create a safe space for you to come visit. Mr. Roan?
Hey, some of you may know me already, but for those who don't, my name is Mr. Love, and I'm the library media specialist. This is my third year working at Towers, and I'm excited to be back and help you guys out any way that I can.
So I want to reiterate again, I appreciate you being here or taking the time to actually watch this video. But let's kind of get into where the Read Woke movement came from. So it all started with Cicely Lewis, who is currently a media specialist in Gwinnett County Public School System. And she concludes that a woke book must challenge a social norm, give voice to the voiceless, provide information about a group that has been disenfranchised, seek to challenge the status quo, or have a protagonist from an underrepresented or oppressed group. Meetings. We will meet every Wednesday virtually from 12 o'clock p.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. We will read the assigned chapters prior to our Wednesday meeting. So what that means is we're going to hand the book out on the 10th. And when you pick your book up, we're going to let you know what chapters you need to have read before the next meeting. So if it's about 4 chapters, 5 chapters, or whatever we decide, but we will work out the chapter amount when we get to our second meeting. So that way you guys will let me know, hey, that was too many chapters, I wasn't able to read them, or we'll flesh out all the chapter amounts then. Because in each meeting, we will discuss the assigned chapters. That's why it's important for you to have read the chapters prior to the meeting. We'll play review games, relate the reading to our lives, and much more. So what is Read Woke? It's a feeling, a form of education, a call to action, and our right as lifelong learners. It means arming yourself with knowledge to better protect your rights, learning about others so you treat people with respect and dignity, no matter their religion, race, creed, or color. Our first book. We will kick off our Read Woke selection with a book that was one of the first books that started it all. So this book is like an OG book. Like it was on the first Read Woke read list that came out. But going forward, you can submit books that you feel meet the Read Woke criteria, and we will vote on the titles. So what that means is, as we get towards the end of our first book, you guys can start submitting titles to me, and then we'll vote on the titles. And the title with the most votes will be our next read. So our first Read Woke title is The Hate You Give. And I'm going to take time now to play a short book trailer, give you a little insight into the book before we read it.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I rise up, I rise like the day. I rise up, I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves. I rise up.
Across the country this weekend, demonstrators are taking to the streets and raising their voices, all against police brutality. Terry Okita says there's been trouble in several cities. Tensions between the public and police boiled over for yet another night.
The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe.
We have black
And I
people
know
and
you
we
feel
shouldn't have to
like
feel like this. We
should have to protest because y'all are treating us wrong. We do this because we need to and have rights.
So I hope you guys are excited about our first Read Woke title. Book pickup will be Wednesday, March 10th. So we'll have a book drive-by pickup. It'll be between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. in the front of the building. We will not have a meeting March 10th because we will be handing out books. So if you are in the building if you can't make it to the book pickup on the 10th, which is Wednesday, Thursday, you can swing by the Media Center, which will be the 11th, and pick the book up as well. But we will have the book drive-by pickup Wednesday, March 10th, between 12 o'clock p.m. and 2 o'clock p.m. in front of the building. And we will not have a meeting March 10th because we'll be handing out the books. So when you come to pick up your book, we will let you know which titles need to be read. And before we move on to the next slide, I just want to let you know that this book club will be capped at 15 students. So no more than 15 students. So if you're interested, please, please, please reach out to me in Verge or via email, letting me know that you're going to come pick the book up. Or if you didn't get a chance to reach out by Verge or by email, make sure you're there between 12 and 2 p.m. to pick the book up. So any questions? Of course, you don't have questions if you're watching this recording, but a question that did come up in the live meeting was, how can we get this book online, and is it available for us online? Yes, it is, and I'm going to show you how to get there. So when you go to Clever and you scroll down, I've pinned Sora here at the beginning, but when you scroll down to your Clever or Launchpad, whichever word you use to describe it, you keep scrolling and scrolling till you come to ELA. Once you're in ELA, you will click on Sora. You will already be logged in because you're going through Clever. Just give it a second to load. So once you're here, this is the platform that lets you read books online. So if you see here, we're exploring the DeKalb County School District, and you have access to all of these books. They even break it down by award lists and etc. So what you would do here is at the top where it says search for a book, you would type in The Hate U Give. But you see now, looking in the DeKalb County School District database, someone already has this book checked out. We know that it's checked out because it says place hold. So what you can do is keep checking back to see if you can collect borrow, or you can place a hold and just have your fingers crossed that the book will be available. Once again, we will be giving you a copy of the book or letting you borrow a copy of the book for you to read. Now, this book is not available currently in the DeKalb County School District, but you have another option. If you click up here under Explore and click on DeKalb County Public Library, you may have to add it, but just type in DeKalb County Public Library. And where it says search for the book is the same stats, but now we're able to look through the public library, DeKalb County's public library hold database. So you would type in The Hate U Give, and voila, they have copy available. They have a copy available and an audiobook available. So it's sometimes more beneficial to look through DeKalb County Public Library's database because they have more copies of a title versus the DeKalb County School District. So that is the way for you if you want to get the book electronically. But once again, we will be handing the book out physically on Wednesday, March 10th. So to wrap up this meeting, I want to thank you for taking the time to attend the meeting, or thank you for watching the meeting virtually. If you have any questions, you can email me at janaba_Muhammad@DeKalbSchoolsGA.org, or look for me in Verge searching my first and last name. And there are not too many people that has my first and last name, so I'm sure to pop up in your first selection. So once again, thank you, and I look forward to meeting you all and handing out the books Wednesday, March 10th. Goodbye.